recording, so people that didn't get it. Okay. So once again, we're talking about quadrants on a grid. Okay. This first section is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So in quadrant 1, you can see I have in parentheses a plus sign, comma, a plus sign. So oftentimes you'll get what is called an ordered pair. An ordered pair is two numbers that are, excuse me, while I get my material. An ordered pair is two numbers that are connected together, okay? You usually have it like 0, comma, and then a number, 5, let's say. And then they put parentheses around it like that, kind of like what I did up here. Okay, so I have 0, 5 here. Since 0 and 5, well, 0 is neither positive nor negative, but since 5 is positive and 0 is not negative, it would fit or sit somewhere in the positive coordinate, okay, or the 1 coordinate. Actually, it sits between 1 and 2, all right? What you're going to have to do on the assignment at some points of time is you're going to have to look at an ordered pair and say, okay, which quadrants do they situate themselves in? Are they in quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4? Or are they in between and they're on the line between 1 and 2, on the line between 2 and 3, on the line between 3 and 4, on the line between 4 and 5? Okay, so what you have to do is this. I also put over here to my to the side, the first number is what we call the X number. It always is X. The first one is always X. The second one is always Y. This is the convention that they came up with when they started talking about coordinating pairs. They actually used to call them Cartesian coordinates. And it came from a mathematician by the name of Descartes. He came up with this way back in Roman and Greek times to figure out how to do that. You okay there, Darian? You're waving at somebody or something. Okay. All right. Hope you're following me so far. So we always have X first. Y is always second. Okay. Your X is always going to be, and I don't know if you can see that or not, you're going to move right or left. X will always move right or left. Y number will always move up or down. Okay? So if I were to graph 0, 5, the 0 would tell me which direction I move, right or left. If it says 0, I don't move anywhere right or left. Okay? Where X and Y meet, X is the horizontal one, Y is our up and down. So on our chart, X is the one that goes across, right and left. Y is the one that goes up and down, okay? So Y is here, X is here. So when I go to X and I start at the middle where they two meet, that is called the origin. The origin is always 0, 0. Anytime you get something that is 0, 0, it is the origin. It's in the middle. What quadrant would that be in? It wouldn't be in any quadrant, or you could say all, or you could just say origin. That's the origin. So if we ever got a problem, it said 0, 0, asking you what quadrant 0, 0 is in, you say it's the origin or in all the quadrants, because it's where every single one of them intersect. Does that make sense? Matt? Okay, he ready? Okay, I got lots of head nods, yes. Okay, so it's relatively pretty simple. I know I'm drawing this out a little bit, but it's important so you don't get a little messed up when you try to plot these on a grid, okay? I'm gonna switch over to my grid real quick, hold on. So here's my grid, okay? let me label X and Y again. As you can see, the little dot in the middle is my origin, okay? Let's go back to my original set of coordinate pairs, which I put down, which was 0, 5, okay? So once again, I go to my origin. I always start off here, okay? I look at my first number, and it tells me which way I should go, right or left. If it's 0, I don't move right or left at all. I just stay right there. Then I look at my second number, which is my y-axis number. It's a 5. And since it's positive, positive goes up. 1, let's see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So when I go to plot that, I put my dot right on the line of 0, and I go up 5. If you have to, you can label these by numbers. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is 0. Okay? Anything below the 0 or the origin would be negative numbers. So you'd go -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. Okay? So up above the origin is positive numbers, down below the origin is negative numbers. That's for the y. For the x, anything to the left is negative, anything to the right is positive. So if we go to the right, we can label them again. I have a few more left and right than I do up and down. Okay, so as you can see there, and I know that's really tiny, anything on this side where my marker is negative. Starting from here, you count outwards. It's like a number line, right? 0, and then going away from 0, it starts at -1, -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Going the other way to the right, you start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the positives. Okay? So anything to the left is negative, anything to the right is positive. Okay. So now that we got those things down, and we've talked about the quadrants, all right, let's do this. I'm going to put, and I know this is not you can't see this very good at all. All right. For some reason, even though Ash has her thing clicked off, some reason she is the main speaker. So whenever I go to speaker view, somehow Ash is the main speaker. So I'd like to go to speaker view so that you could see me, but every time we do that, we get Maddie. Don't know why. What's this? Spotlight video. Here, what if we did this? I don't want to put you in a waiting room. I'd like you guys to be able to see this a little bit better. All right, back to gallery view. Here we go. Okay. Is everybody hearing me okay? Put your thumb up if you're hearing me okay. All right, good. All right. Well, I'd like you to do a little bit of practice with this. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, my grid is so tiny. There's my origin. Oh, let's try this. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, and I'm going to show you a way that you could do your assignment today if you needed to. All right, so it does take a little bit of effort, but I do want to show you how it can be done, okay, with the computer. Otherwise, like I said before, you can actually just take a picture of it and then send it to me through the email, okay? So I'm going to share a screen. Hold on here. Hold on a second. Let me get the right screen up there. Okay. Share screen. That one. Okay. All right. Should put everybody over on the side. Okay. So here's what you do. All right. You open up a Google Doc, right? Then you go over here and you can insert and then do a table. Okay. And as you can see, I scroll over to the table, and then as I go and highlight in blue, it makes the table bigger. For our purposes, you would want to go with a 16 by 16 table. Okay. So once I got that highlighted, I click on it, and it should add it to my screen right there. Now, I'm going to go back through and highlight it. Okay. And then I'm going to copy it. You can go to edit and copy if you would like to. Okay. Mine has hotkeys of command copy for the Apple computer. Okay. I know you guys don't have Apple. Now I do this. I go back over and I insert and I go to drawing, and then I click on new. And then I'll get something that looks like this. Then I go back up to my edit, and then I paste what I did on the other page. It's going to take it a moment for it to paste. Try that again. I just did this earlier and it's not doing it for me. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, my suggestion is to stretch it out just a little bit in your drawing. And it's being kind of a little wonky there. Now, this is it's a 16 by 16 grid. So if you start up here and you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you count across 8 lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll come to the middle point. That's the origin right there. Okay. So if I go up here, notice it says shape. Click on it. Go to shapes. I'm going to use the circle shape. Okay, or the oval. I'll go back to my spot, 8 by 8. And I'm going to bring my little crosshairs there a little to the left and a little up from where I want it so that my circle lands right on top of that. Then you see all those little boxes where you can shape it a little bit more. Just click off of it. And now I've created an origin point. That's 0, 0. Okay? So here, what I'm going to do now is, now that I've done that, I can go back, get another shape, and I'm going to place one right here. Oh, I don't like that. That's okay. All right. Now, based on my shapes, think about this. This is 0, 0 right here. Now, who can tell me what the coordinate points are for this circle right here if this is 0, 0? Remember, you want to go left and right first. That's your first number. And then up and down is your second number. Okay? I'll give you an example. I'll do this one for you. So I'm starting here and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I went to the right 4. If I go to the right, it is a positive number. So I have a positive 5 for my first coordinated pair. If you're looking at my board over here on my screen, if you can see me, then when I would write down the answer, my first one would be 5, comma. Then I count how many steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it was 5 to the right and 5 up. Both of those are positive numbers. Okay, remember the line here going across where the origin is, everything on here is 0. Everything up and down is 0. Okay, let's try another one. I'm going to put this one up and I'm going to have Matt tell me where this point is. Here it comes. Ready? There it is, buddy. Give me the coordinates for that point that I just put on the screen.
3, 3, 1.
3, 1. Close.
3, 2.
Anybody else? Help Matt out there. Notice, start here and count over. How many did I move over?
3 to the 3, 2.
No. This is 0, so I move 1, 2 over. And then how many up from 0 did I go?
Oh, we don't count the origin?
No, do not count. There's our problem. Don't count the origin. Start at the origin and count your first step as 1. Okay? So yeah. So what should it be now?
2, 1.
2, 1. Yes. Okay? And see how that little cursor is there? I'm going to give you a little hint too. If you want to type your answer in, change your font size to 8. Okay? And then begin with a little bracket, parentheses, whatever, and then put in your coordinates. 2, comma, 1 in the bracket. And boom, there you have it. You've just labeled it. And notice I always label it to the bottom and to the right of my point. All right, that'll help you out. So you can put those right in there on your screen. It takes a little effort, all right? But when you're done and you save and close, it'll be right there on your document, your Google Doc, okay? So don't save and close until you put in all the answers on there that you need to, all right? Let's try another one. So this is when you're given, like on problems 7 through 12 today, you're asked to actually grid this out, okay? So this is an example of how you could grid it out using the Google Doc. All right, so I'm gonna go to shapes again. Let's do one that's a little off the base here. Let's go over here. Ooh, that's a really tiny circle, but that'll work. Okay, Maddie, what do you think? Start at your origin.
5, -5, 4.
Yes, that's right. You went to the left, so now we're in the negative side of things. So you're like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, now move up. If we're moving up, we're going positive. So it's -5, positive 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, change my font size to 8. And then we can go -5, comma, 4. And then when you click away, there it is. See how that's done, people? All right, let's do another one. Mr. Lindblad's going to put another one in here. Shape, I'm going to go with my circle. It's going to be a little off the center. Okay, Darian.
Four and 4 and 3.
Okay, not bad. Let's count over. 1, 2, 3. And we move to the right, so we're positive 3. But then where do we go? We go down. So when we go down, we are in negative territory, right? So 1, 2, 3. My first number should be 3. See how I got that? Okay. Then when I go down, 1, 2, 3, that's a negative 3 because I went below the 0 line, right? So it should have been 3, negative 3. So put that in there. Oh, got to change my font size to 8. Otherwise, it won't fit in that box. That's the reason why. 8, comma, oh, no, 3, comma, negative 3. All right, let's do one more. Leave the tough one for Jamie to do. She knows what's coming. Actually, we may be doing 2 more after this one. Okay, Jamie, what you got? Here's the origin.
-4, -1.
Bingo, bingo, nice job. Okay, you notice she goes, oh, I went to the left, which is negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went down, which is also -1. So when I put in my answer, change my font to 8. -4, that was my left right. -1, that was my up down. Well, and that one didn't quite fit in the box that well. Okay, so what if we get one that is right there? Darian, go for it.
Gonna be 0.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
Right. Okay. Change my font to 8. Put a parenthesis and then 0, comma 7. Good job. Okay. We got it. One more. Let's do one over here. Click on shape. Change my shape to a circle. Put her out here. Boom. There it is. Okay. Somebody other than Darian do this one. Maddie, go for it.
6, 0, or -6, 0. Wait,
Say that a little
0.
louder.
Wait, just
Here's the origin. Go over.
7, -7.
I only think I counted 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. -6 and 0, right? Because it's on this line. We only moved left. Okay. So yes, -6. Let's change my font to 8. And then we're going to go -6, comma 0. All right. Good. We have a concept or an idea of how to put points on there and then how to recognize what those points are and being able to label them. Okay. So the first half of our lesson today, 1 through 6, you're going to be given a graph, and you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to say, okay, they'll give you a letter, and you'll have to tell them the coordinated points for that letter. Okay. On the second half, you're going to have to make your own graph. If you like to do it, like seeing how this worked, okay, you can review it on the recording because I'm recording it, and you can look at it again and see how to do it. All right. Now, the last thing we need to do is on that second part, after you coordinated it, you have to tell which quadrant it is in. Okay. So let's look at this one. 2, 1. Okay. What quadrant is it in? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm going to throw this up there. I don't know if you can see my screen or not.
Where'd you put the thing?
What's that?
Where'd you put the thing?
Okay, so this one right here, I didn't put anything, but I want you to tell me what quadrant is 2, 1, that dot right there. What quadrant is it in? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4?
1.
Matt says 1, and he would be right. Remember, if you can see my screen, 1 has both numbers as positive, okay? 2 has, let me get over there, a negative and then a positive. Quadrant 3 has negative, negative. I've made some kind of emoji there. And number 4 looks like you're winking at you. That's a positive and a negative, okay? So you need to check your coordinated pairs. So if we went down here to 3, negative 3, what quadrant is that in? This is quadrant 1. See where your origin in. Anything up to the upper right is 1. Upper left is 2. Bottom left is 3. Bottom right is 4. So what is this in? What quadrant?
4th.
4. Yes, it's not that hard. Take a guess. Make a gamble. It's okay to guess wrong. Now, over here, what about negative 5, 4? What quadrant is that in?
2.
2. All right, now you're getting it. What about negative 4, negative 1?
3.
3. Okay. Now, what about this goofy one? 0 and 7.
1 and 2.
That's right, man. Good job. And then negative 6 and 0 would be
2 and 3.
2 and 3. If I had a positive 6 and 0, that would be 1 and 4. And if I had a 0 and a negative 7, that would be 3 and 4. Does everybody understand that? Kinda, sorta. This can be the trickiest part about this. Now, the last thing, remember I said earlier, when you have 0, 0, that is the what?
Origin.
That's right. Way to watch what I'm doing there. Okay, it is the origin. So whenever you have 0, 0, it's not in the quadrant, it's in the origin. Whew! All right, you guys only got 12 problems to do today. Tomorrow's assignment will be exactly like today's assignment, okay? Questions?
Nope.
Matt says no. Natty's shaking her head no. Okay, no questions. Good luck, people. It's good to see you. All right. Hope you don't have any trouble with it. All right. Okay. Talk to you guys later.
What page?
We are on page 412. Hold on. Now I want to show you what happens before you leave. I want to show you what happens when I save and close this. Okay. Watch this. So when I save and close, then all of my answers go right up on my Google Doc, and then I can share it.
Cool.
So it takes a little effort, but once you get the hang of it, you can snap right through them. It's not that much, and you don't have a lot of problems to do, okay? So give it a try, see how it goes. If it's too much of a handle, like I said, put it on paper and make a picture. You'd have to do a whole bunch of stuff like this because I didn't send you any graph paper, okay? So I'm saying you can do it electronically. You just have to put a little effort into it. Give it a try. Who knows? Okay. Have a good week. All right. I'll see you next Wednesday. All right. All right. That's it. We're done.
Later.
See you later.